Working 9 to 5.
Oh, what a catchy song that is. Dude, that song just makes me laugh every time. It's funny when when we were setting up here, you took off your headphones to walk back and make some adjustments, and we both sang that song at the exact same time, and you didn't know it.
It's so good.
It's pretty funny. It's a great song that I don't know if everybody is going to. But we need the world to hear it, I guess, is kind of
Right.
the secret.
I'm just worried, like, are we the ones who find that funny and everybody else is like, you guys are stupid.
Oh man, that's a great question.
AI is killing the world and you're
So we're supporting it.
you're goofing off.
Yeah, we're okay with that though.
You're musicians and literally your favorite song of 2024 is an AI song about your podcast.
Right. Dude, that's really funny actually. Yeah. That we're feeding the problem. Is that what we're doing?
Listening back, I unfortunately I had to listen to our whole podcast last week.
Yeah.
And listening back to the whole idea of covering an AI song and then just claiming it as your own.
Yes.
I'm going to do that. I'm doing it.
Like start a business where that's what you do is you make a song AI for somebody with their criteria and then you re-record it with a band.
Right. Yeah. Then it's your song.
Oh man, that's really good.
Then it's your song. Then because it's your dog. Oh man.
It's got to be your bull.
It's got to be your dog.
Oh, I guess so.
What movie's that from? Because it's your dog.
I don't know.
I think it's from Road Trip. Yeah, it's not cheating because it's your dog.
What? What?
Working 9 to 5 in a world so alive. Two friends in the office talking jive. They love the pop culture. It was their obsession. So they teamed up, had a brand new mission. Started a podcast, just like a dream. Talking sitcoms, movies, and all things extreme. From Star Wars to the A-Team, they colored it all. Their conversation. Random talkers that chatter all day. Diving deep into topics in a fun and crazy way. In the office or on their ways, they spread the cheer with their podcast. They had nothing to fear.
Nice.
Wow. Random talkers.
Oh, I keep forgetting. That's the name of the song, right?
Random talkers.
Random Talkers.
Random tacos. Yes, I was talking about the movie Road Trip, which
Yep.
I thought was part of my topic that I want to bring up later on.
Okay.
Unfortunately not. It doesn't count. But it would be
okay.
fortuitous if it was.
Not the case, though.
Of course someone has started to use their weed whacker as soon as we start this.
I can hear, I can actually hear a little bit of remnants, bud.
Let me close the window.
Oh, he's closing the window, folks. You can't see it, but he stood up. He's going to have to take off his headphones. Huh?
Random tacos.
No, he did it. That's awesome. Smalls is in chat right now. Hey, bud.
He's in the
Nice.
live chat. What's up, dog?
Nice.
House is coming along really well. It went from big hole to hole with wood in it.
Whoa. Okay. That's step 1 is beams. Step 2 is drywall. Step 3 is hot tub. Step 4 is move all your family's China stuff into it, I guess.
Right. It's the family China. That's when it becomes real, is when the family China comes in.
That's true. I think do you have a collection of, now that I think about it, you know, like our family before us had China? There's always a China cabinet? Or is that just me?
No, absolutely not. It's a very generational thing.
Right.
My grandma passed away in August, and she had a very large selection of China.
Oh.
And Mom's like, "What do you guys want it?" And we're like, "No."
Now, I think that's generational that there was China as well as a room that you never went into.
Right. Yeah. You never used it. Yeah.
That's right. God, I'm so glad you agree with me.
Although we
My
had
folks are the
China,
same.
we had China, and it was always the dance because, like, we used the China that my mom has, or at least, I mean, it's China. It's the gold rimmed stuff.
Sure.
I guess is China, right?
Gold flake.
And
Yeah.
we would accidentally put it in the microwave all the time, and it would start sparking.
Oh,
because you have to
oh.
really, when it's mixed in with all your other plates, you have to be careful to not notice that.
Oh, what a privileged thing. The gold is in your microwave.
The gold is sparking.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Drop that during a conversation. Oh, the gold on my plates was blowing up in the microwave, by the way.
Yeah.
While I was heating up my pizza pocket.
Yeah.
So weird.
Yeah. Could you imagine heating up a pizza pocket with your grandma's china? Sorry, Grandma.
This
is a special occasion as in my house.
Yeah, I think that's the two generations mixing, though.
Yeah.
That'll be it.
Yeah.
But I think about it, like, what is our China now?
Good question. Yeah.
Like,
What
is it
our
all the
China?
collectibles that I've got behind me, like all the Star Wars figures and all the pop figures, and like there was a time I think somebody in my family collected spoons.
Spoons.
Because you could pick those up anywhere you traveled, like postcards, right? Spoons.
Yeah.
With the name of whatever small shitty town you're in, you know?
Where did that come from? That is such a strange tradition. Yeah.
I think that if you're going to create
Big
anything,
spoon.
yeah, if you're going to create anything that you want multiple usage of, I guess, just put the name of a city on it.
Right.
Yeah. Like if we want Retrologist spoons or Retrologist hats, you just put Las Vegas on it and then put LA on it and then put Toronto on it. And that way people from that city want to buy that and collect them.
Right. Now you're like, oh, I may as well get something while I'm here.
That's correct.
I didn't get any NYC merch. Damn.
Did you not get like a postcard or something that says the name of the city on when you were there?
No. I'm not. The only things that I collect is like gear. I don't really collect other things.
But nothing that actually has like wherever you're visiting on it, I guess, right?
Yeah, I don't know. I guess I like I don't even really take a lot of pictures when I go traveling. I just kind of want to just be there.
Okay.
And I go back home and I'm like, hey,
that's a small. It's not a younger generational thing. Like, just living in the moment is not something that some people can do.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
They need memoirs of it. Like whenever I go, I have to steal the Best Western bathrobe because then it says Best Western Toronto, Best Western New Orleans. It says it on it, and then you take it, obviously.
And then you got a bathrobe. Yeah.
Then you have a bathrobe, but then that's my spoons. That's my china, probably.
Okay, so your Best Western, whatever you call them.
Robe theft.
Rubes.
Robe theft.
Robe theft.
I'm just kidding. I don't have any of those, but I was just thinking out loud that that's probably not a bad idea.
It's not a bad idea at all. No. My favorite hotel stealing.
Yeah.
Is when we were 13, we went on the motorcycles down to Sturgis. On the back of our dad's motorcycle, me and my friend.
Yeah.
And like on the back of a motorcycle, you're sitting on like maybe a 4-5 inch seat on a lot of motorcycles. It was like not a very big seat on the back. So because we're driving on a motorcycle all day, we would have pillows.
Oh.
So we stole the first pillows from the first hotel because the first day we're like, oh, something's got to change. Our butts are killing us.
Yep.
So every single time we hit a hotel, every night, we would swap the pillows.
Huh.
So some of those pillows were
what an unlock.
Just dirty pillows.
But if you're staying at a Best Western, you unlocked something kind of brilliant. Because essentially you're getting something and then you make it dirty. And if you stayed at the same hotel, like Best Western, for example, if you stayed at each one of those, you're essentially just taking one and then replacing it. They don't know.
Why would they care?
And then if you circled back and stayed at the first place again, you just return it. Oh, this was in my luggage, by the way. Here you go. Oh. Sorry. And then you're right back to zero. And you got usage of a pillow, a new pillow for your entire trip. That's
a good idea. It's a great idea.
Whew, Danny. What an unlock. What an unlock.
Ooh, what an unlock, yeah.
Yeah.
13 years old. I was smart. I don't know when I became
Wait, was it your idea?
I don't remember. It was a long time ago.
Yes, you're much older than 13 now.
I'm much older than 13 now. But, oh, man, such a topical conversation. I'm really excited to get onto our topic.
Oh, you're jumping right in. Well, I want to say hi.
I'm not ready.
No, okay, wait, good enough. Smalls also says their china is assorted beer glasses.
That's cool. Yeah.
That's pretty cool. Yes.
I like beer glasses.
And Loriander is in chat. Hey, Loriander, good to see you. What a criminal enterprise concept. Oh, yeah. Imagine going to prison for that. Oh, I was exchanging robes from hotel to hotel.
We unlocked some pretty criminal stuff here.
Yeah.
We're not opposed to being a little below the law, as they say. Is that what they say?
They do say that. Yeah. Actually, Tanya and I talked a bit about this today. Is one of my frustrations in life is slow drivers. Very slow driver.
Fair. Very fair.
I would argue that's probably my number one thing.
Oh, number one.
The number one is probably just slow drivers. And I wanted to remind everybody who's listening to this that when there's 2 lanes of traffic and you're driving the speed limit or less than 10 points above, less than 10 points, the speed limit's 50 and you're going 56, 60, get the hell out of the left lane. The right lane is for you. The left lane is for criminals like me. 100%.
Criminals. Yeah, the criminals crim,
Yeah, dude, I want to crim hard. And the left lane is for crimming.
Right, yeah. And if you're not crimming enough and you're not going over the speed limit enough,
right,
you also need to have the wherewithal to get out of the way as well.
Just get out of the way. The rule is if you see somebody approaching you from the back, you're going too slow.
Right.
To get out of the way.
Yeah.
Just get in the right lane. Because truthfully, sometimes I'm going too slow and I'm going fast. So I need to get out of the way and then look at the person passing me and go, dude, slow down. That's a little much. Calm down. Calm down over there,
you're
Speedy.
Breaking the law too much.
Yeah. Don't ruin it for all of us here.
Come on.
Yeah. Jeez.
Yeah.
I'd hate
do you follow that logic where, like, if you follow the speeder close behind him, then he's the one who will get the ticket and you won't?
Other way around.
I always never really worked with that one. That one was too risky for me, I think.
No, the cop will 100% catch you because theoretically you're... I saw a video... Sorry, it's topical on that. I saw a video on TikTok of a whole bunch of motorbikes blaze through a red light.
Right.
Well, this one guy, his camera's on, he's sitting on his motorcycle, and all of these motorcycles go through, and he's like, whoa, look at those bikes. And the cop that was chasing them stops that guy. Because he thought that he was part of the group.
Why would he stop?
Yeah, because he was the most catchable.
You're the most catchable, man. Oh, jeez, you're so
Sorry,
catchable.
dude. You stopped at the light.
Right now.
Yeah, you stopped at the light, and all your friends blew through. And he's like, I don't even know those people. What are we talking about here?
I don't know every motorcyclist.
Yeah, that's true. Well, motorcycle people know motorcycle people. You're guilty somehow.
Motorcycles.
Yep.
Yeah. That is funny because, like, today someone sent me a funny reel of someone getting like jumping a Sea-Doo or something like that, a snowmobile. Sorry.
Yeah.
And
the snowmobile is the Sea-Doo of the snow.
Exactly. And he was talking, and I was like, "Oh, this guy's Canadian." Oh no! And like, sure enough, yeah, he's like super Canadian. But like, there's just like the inflection of their voice.
Yep.
And we all know everybody, so it's cool. Yeah.
Do you feel like you have an accent?
I notice like I notice when I say like isms and stuff. I don't know.
Like, what do you mean?
I can't think of a specific example.
Yeah.
Like the
Yep.
like it's not so much a specific phrase. It's like those soft like endings to sentences.
Oh,
That's a very Canadian thing that I catch myself in meetings, and I'm just like, oh, what was that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you repeat it on purpose because you caught yourself do it.
Or you go,
oh, you know. Oh, you know.
Yeah.
Because a long time ago, somebody had said to me, they were from the Netherlands, and they were like, "Oh, your Canadian accent." I'm like, "Oh, I don't have a Canadian accent. What are you talking about?" He's like, "Oh, about." I'm like, "What? What are you talking about?" And he just kept making fun of me, and I'm like, "Well, I don't have a Canadian accent. You don't tell me any of that."
Yeah.
And then
I can't understand what you're saying, and you're
Yeah.
talking
I'm
about
like,
my
oh.
accent.
But you totally do have an accent.
Yeah,
We do.
Canadians. Very Canadian accents. Yeah. And that's what people tune into on this podcast to hear, is really just learning the Canadian dialect.
Yes.
We're speaking with yous in our words.
True.
Yeah.
Yep.
Someone actually called me out recently. I was doing like a copy brief, and there was a bunch of times where I mentioned color, the word color. And they were like, dude, at least be consistent with the yous.
O-U-R. Yeah.
And I was like, oh, sorry.
Yes.
Didn't know you were watching.
It's color. Also, I was doing some copy recently, and favorite is what I put, and it put it as spell check wrong.
Right. Yeah.
Fourite.
This is the world we live in.
If you're listening to this, we're in Canada.
We're in Canada. Wow.
But I guess, are we obligated to spell it that way? Is it a giveaway that that's how we should spell? I feel like when I'm writing it, I have to spell it the way that I've been raised to spell it.
Right.
But it kind of doesn't matter anymore.
Well, no, it doesn't. But as soon as you stop doing that, the culture is lost. That could be what the whole Canadian culture is hinging on, is these OUs.
Yep, I feel
stuff.
that.
It was fun. It was funny. I was talking on our walk today. I was talking to my partner Emily.
Yeah.
And I was like, another coworker called me on it. And he's like, you know what? He's like, you know how I can tell I'm talking to a Canadian? And he's like, you mix the metric system and the imperial system.
Oh, what do you mean?
Like, he's like, in the same sentence, you said something was, I don't know, something kilograms, and then you said you were 6'2" or something like that.
Oh.
He's like, he's like, you gotta pick a lane. You gotta pick a lane.
I guess I don't think about those things. I don't think about metrics at all.
You don't think about metrics.
I don't think about math in general.
The metric system.
I think about feet, kilogram. I don't do anything in kilograms. Pounds always.
Yeah, I think I want to get better at it, though. I think I want to get better.
What do you mean better? Like start.
I think I want to get better.
Be more cognizant of the metric systems.
I think I want to get better at trying to use the metric system that technically makes more sense.
Huh.
But here we are.
Here we are. You've given up.
Yeah,
This is it.
Yeah.
Halfway through your life,
I'm
you're
out.
not going to. New dogs are not learning old trick. Other way around.
I'm out of here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You give up.
So yeah. But speaking of walks, I gotta tell you,
keep
you this incredible story. What happened to us on our walk on Monday?
Yeah.
I want to say.
Are you going for fart walks or what are you doing?
Oh, you always gotta go for fart walks. Yeah.
Nice. Okay.
But so we always talk about like, we obviously love cats, and
That's
we're
not
always
obvious.
we're always on the, you love cats when you have one. I guess
Sure,
it's
I
a
guess.
telltale sign.
Sorry.
But
continue.
so we're on the walk, and we always talk about like how, like, you know, those like fake internet videos where they're like, oh, we came across cats. Oh my God, they're coming up my leg. Oh my God, these cats are trying, you know.
No, I don't. What are those?
There's a lot of fake videos out there of people pretending to find baby kittens and stuff like that in the wild and like pretending to save them and stuff.
Really?
Yeah, there's a lot of that. And I'm sure there's probably some real ones, but
That's a great idea.
my jadedness is thinking that way. So we're on this walk, and when on our walk we go through mostly in our neighborhood, but there comes a part of where we are where there's a really large wooded area and like a path that kind of goes through it a bit.
Okay.
And we hear the cries of a baby kitten.
For real.
I know that sound because it's kind of like a bird, but it's lower. It's like a lower pitch. And I was like, that is a crying kitten. So we found him, and it took us about 45 minutes to catch him. And I ended up he ended up like running. He was like running around, and he ended up like cornering himself, and he was like hissing, and it was like,
wow.
He's like like a tiny little baby kitten. He's like like it's like can't take it seriously.
He was hissing.
Yeah. So yeah, we caught this little tiny baby cat, and he was obviously like the cutest thing you've ever seen in your life. He had a little mustache.
Oh.
And
little mustache?
He had a little mustache.
There's a fine line between cute and not cute.
Right.
When it comes to small mustaches.
Right. Yeah. You don't want to have it too small.
Yes.
Not too symmetrical in that regard. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. It can't be square, but it can be rectangle. Rectangles are fine. Squares are bad. Go for it. Yep.
So we found this little baby kitten and had him in my sweater, and he finally like stopped. He stopped like crying. And one of the neighbors who saw us doing this, he was like kind of across the way. He saw us doing this. He was the only guy who stopped. He was like trying to help us and stuff like that. And he's like, yeah, I actually heard this for the last day or so, this crying of this cat. But I thought it was like a bird. Like, he's like, I don't know. And so this cat's been out there crying for quite a while. So obviously it was in distress, being lost or whatever.
Whoa.
And we calmed the cat down, and I was sort of like, I don't know what to do here. Like I don't want to risk our cat getting like sick by bringing a baby kitten home.
Yep, good call.
And our cat's already pretty temperamental with other animals. So we were like, I was like, we'll bring him home and sequester him, but I don't think we should keep the cat. I kind of had already decided that. And then Emily was like to this guy who helped us, she's like, do you want a cat?
Jeez.
And he's like, I think so. And then he texts his wife, and his wife's like, oh yeah, we're taking that cat. We're taking him. And we ended up making friends with these people. And the clincher was, and this is tying this back to the china and the toys behind you. So we go into his basement. Wait,
you went into a stranger's house?
We went into a stranger's house. He's like, could you just bring the cat in with you into them? So we walk straight from the backyard into this basement, and he has the sickest Transformers collection I have ever seen.
Really? Really? Okay. Instant best friends.
I didn't take a picture because I was obviously in awe of this. I'm holding the cutest thing in the world, and I'm looking at hundreds, like tens of thousands of dollars worth of Transformers, like the big, really expensive, like imported from Japan ones and stuff. Like, holy crap. And he's like, yeah, this is my thing. And I was
he's probably embarrassed. He's like, oh, sorry. And then you open up your hoodie and you're like, dude, I've got this shirt on, T-Turtle. Yeah.
Totally, yeah. So it was kind of funny. And I was walking back with Emily, and I was like, man, that cat is going to knock over every single one of those things.
That's amazing.
Knock over every single one of those. So
he's going to show up holding the cat to you. And you can have this cat, by the way.
Yes. So there's some regret for not taking the cat, but we did tell them. We said, if for some reason it doesn't seem to be working out or whatever, just let us know, and we'll take the cat, and we'll either keep it or give it to my sister, who's a vet tech, and she can find a home for it or whatever. But secretly, I just want to get back in that house and see those Transformers again. And
hey, can I come over? Can we be best friends?
So now every time we go down, we walked a few times past there.
Yeah.
And we walk and we turn our heads longingly at his house because we both want to go into the house for different reasons.
Let's be super clear here. He could have placed the cat. He knows your weaknesses.
Right.
There's no difference between like the white van and the candy, if you know what I mean. He knew your weakness was maybe a distressed kitten. He brought you into his home. And let me be clear, did you go in his basement?
Yeah, it's like
Danny.
Like a townhouse where you could enter through the basement. I was not in danger.
Danny, you went into some stranger's basement with promises of Transformers.
It's the oldest
just like
trick in the
candy.
book.
It is 100%. And I'm very happy that you made it out alive. But I worry sometimes.
I'm
about
going
you.
back in. I'm going back in.
That's what he does on the third time.
He had like a huge, like 2-foot statue of Grimlock, and I was like, dude.
Oh man.
And it did cross my mind when I had the cat. I was like, can I like trade or something
I will take a full version of Optimus Prime over there, please.
Yeah, I'm covered in scratches from getting your cat out of these bushes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yep.
Where's the restitution?
He knows the name of that cat because it's his cat. Yeah, right. You're absolutely right.
Yeah.
Okay, Loriander says, did you accept a lollipop?
No, I was not.
Did you get anything as a reward, other than maybe an invite back?
Look, I don't think I'm doing him a favor by giving him a cat that he has to take care of forever now.
You gave him back his cat.
Oh, sure. If it was his cat, he got it. I'm the easiest mark in the world. He did it. Yeah.
Good. We're on the same page on this. Yeah.
But because they were like, oh, do you have any food? And we're like, nah, we don't have any food. Like,
Jeez.
you gotta go to the store.
Yep.
You gotta get baby food. You know?
Now, was that their first cat?
They said they'd had cats before.
Say that again.
They have had cats before.
They have had cats before. Yeah.
Right, but they've been wanting a cat lately.
Huh.
To knock over all the Transformers.
Yes.
Yeah.
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 That china cabinet's getting destroyed.
Yeah, that's totally. Yeah, he's gonna have to like close it off or something. But yeah, it was pretty funny. Yeah, that was.
How powerful is that, dude? That's a good story. You're a hero in that story.
I think I am. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't want to claim that I'm a hero, but I'll take it. Yeah,
I saw on your Instagram that you did have a cat in your jacket, and you said something like, "Am I a hero?" And I was like, I want to know more about what that was about. So
save it for the pod. See, you gotta save it for the pod.
Save it for the pod.
Save it for the pod.
Save it for the pod. Actually, just a quick side to that. The girls I'm helping with the Do Better pod. They we were just talking about how, and you and I have talked about this a billion times, about how we save things for the pod, right?
Of course.
Yeah, if something's really cool, then we save it for the pod. Well, they on their last stream, they were talking about how they can't do that because they're too much of best friends. They can't keep secrets from each other. They can't. If something happens, they got to spill the tea right away. And what happened to us?
We know the value it brings to save it for the pod. It
Are-
makes us look so much interesting if we save the stories. Oh my gosh! Don't step on the keyboard, please. You stepped on the keyboard. Don't stop it.
For Danny's talking to his cat. Is our friendship better or worse because we choose not to talk to each other as much about everyday things that we do, and we save it for our weekly get-togethers?
It's interesting. I like catching up with you. I think that's fun.
Yes. Yeah.
And I mean, there was a while there, and the save it from the pod. So save it for the pod came during the pandemic, and we weren't up to a lot. We weren't doing much.
No, that's a good.
So
point.
saving it was good. It's like,
that's a good point.
Like
actually.
I said, it makes you seem so much interesting. Oh man, this happened to me, and this happening. But it's been 2 weeks since we've been.
but it's the smallest things, like, oh man, this dinner I just had, I didn't, and then we'd be like, save it for the pod. Oh no, you and I are just talking like normal humans. No, you save it for the pod because we need things to talk about.
Right. Yeah. It's responsible potting.
Responsible potting. That's funny.
I think we should go to like a podcasting convention.
Yep.
And just like use weird words that we made up, like potting, and I can't think of anything else.
That's it.
That's it.
That's a good start to our journey.
Just like show up and be like terrible podcasters, and like answer questions on panels. Be like, actually, well, it's good to actually hear your mouth click while you speak. It makes you feel more. It makes you seem more real.
Isn't it more natural that you hear the squeakiness of every single chair move?
Right.
Because people want real stuff.
Real. They want real.
If people wanted polished, they would watch Dune.
Exactly.
And then walk out the theater hating it.
The cinematic adventure Dune. Oh my god. Okay, I want to get to my topic.
Okay, go to your topic. What do you got?
Okay, good segue into Dune, hating Dune, cool, awesome. Okay,
what?
So
how is that a segue?
It's a great segue because we're talking about movies now. I want to talk about movies.
Okay, perfect. Go for it.
And I need to lean on you.
Oh no.
Because earlier this is we're good at tying things together.
Okay.
So, I talked about driving to Sturgis when I was 13.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that was the year 2000. That makes me feel old. That makes you feel old. 2000. It makes me feel yeah. So in the year 2000, I saw a lot of stuff I'd never seen when I was a 13-year-old. But when I was
that's vague.
In the year before 1999, I'm pretty sure I saw my first boob that wasn't like a parent or whatever.
Sure.
So it was a formative year for me. I don't remember 1999 that well.
Okay.
I remember like feelings and stuff like that and the obvious stuff.
Are you talking about like as a human, like emotionally, how you were connecting to the world, or were you just talking about like pop culture?
I don't really remember a lot of pop culture, so I'm going to lean on you for this one.
Oh, okay.
So I was talking to a buddy on a coworker of mine who we talk a lot about the same things we do.
Mm-hmm.
Don't worry, you're not going to get replaced.
Thank you.
He said that he's going to a festival for a 1999 movie festival.
What?
And he says he's already been to a ton of movies, and they have a ton more for this festival throughout all of June, because there's a lot of film buffs and critics and whatnot who claim that 1999 is one of the most, if not the most, prolific years of cinema to ever have happened.
Okay. So
The list...
before we even pull up the list, I can tell you. So let me just answer quickly, because it was a.
What do you remember of 99?
Yeah.
Like, what do you remember? Movies?
Well, you were witnessing your first boob. I was in college. No, that would have been maybe my last year of college of 3 years.
Right.
Spoilers, I did a 3-year program in 4 years. That's a whole other podcast. 99, I want to say 97 to 2000 was really blurry for me for lots of reasons.
Fair.
But that a lot of stuff was happening in my life during that time. But I would tend to agree with you that when it came to movies in particular, and maybe TV shows and cinema in general, like I have good feelings about that time frame.
Okay, all right, good. He's got good vibes.
Like I want to say, no, I'm not going to ruin it for you, but there's a couple movies that come to my head that came out during that time.
Like, what do you remember? Like,
I remember The Matrix coming out.
Like, were you just at the movie theater like the whole year? Because I feel like I would have.
Yeah. Yes.
Or you had to make some tough choices because there's only so many Thursdays in a year or whatever.
That's a great point. The Matrix was probably key for me for 99, 97. Right. I don't even know when that came out. I feel like it was 98, 99-ish.
Okay, keep going.
I'll be honest, that's the only thing I can really think about that jumps out at me.
Okay, good memory. Matrix was 1999. Yeah.
Was it really? Okay,
and arguably, like, I don't remember The Matrix coming out, but I remember it being impactful when I saw it. I think I was probably a little older when I saw it, because it was a very big movie at the time, but I do believe it was like also like a cult classic where your friends are like, you got to watch this movie. It's so amazing. You got to bring it over and watch it or whatever, right?
Yep.
So I remember watching that. But dude, check out this.
Can I say one thing? Only because a memory just came into my head.
Please.
I remember my very first DVD I ever bought. That I ever bought with my own money. I bought a DVD. It was.
I thought you got your eyes closed.
Yeah, I do. I'm really thinking about this. It was a movie called Sphere with Dustin Hoffman, and a whole bunch of other people in it. It's a really weird movie, but for some reason I loved that movie and I bought it on DVD. And then shortly afterwards, right after The Matrix came out, that was my second DVD I ever bought.
Cool.
And when I brought that into school, because I was in recording school, like production school, a 3-year program in Ontario, and I brought it in. I was the first person to own that DVD of it, we put it in one of the Macs, and we were watching it up on the screen, like the projector, and our instructor, we were talking about the filmography of it and the sound, solely based on me bringing that DVD into class.
Cool, good memory. Wow.
That was pretty iconic for that.
Cool. I mean, bullet time was a big thing back then.
We were slowing it down and moving it around. We were talking about the production, specifically it was the audio production and everything. But it was like this massive movie had come out previously, and now we had it in our hands that we could actually like watch, because there was no such thing as like YouTube.
Right.
You couldn't like look
this
at
is
like
pre-YouTube. Yeah.
Yeah, this is super pre-YouTube. So you couldn't watch a trailer for it. You couldn't. Now I had a tangible thing that we could watch and extrapolate, and we could all talk about, right?
Right.
So anyways, that's my big memory of The Matrix. Yeah, sorry.
That's great. That's on point. Matrix is a big one.
Okay.
But dude, check out this list.
Yeah.
This list is insane.
Yep.
Okay, so we got The Matrix.
Yep.
1999 also got us Fight Club,
Whoa.
Office Space,
Whoa.
American Beauty, The Sixth Sense, Green Mile, Toy Story 2, Being John Malkovich, Magnolia, Dogma, The Iron Giant, the first South Park movie, Boondock Saints, Galaxy Quest.
Whoa.
10 Things I Hate About You. Oh my God.
Great movie. Great movie. Heath Ledger. Yeah, great movie. Yeah.
Sleepy Hollow. Oh, here we go. The Mummy.
Tim Burton. Oh,
the Mummy.
The Mummy is iconic. Tick, tick, tick. Great movie. Yeah.
I didn't love this movie when I remember watching this movie, but it's a Coppola movie, The Virgin Suicide, which is a highly acclaimed movie. American Pie, The Talented Mr. Ripley, one of my favorite movies of all time, Man on the Moon, with Jim Carrey.
Oh, Jim Carrey, yeah.
Boys Don't Cry. I remember that being a very big deal.
Was that with Edward Scissorhandsman? No, it was
Don't
not.
Cry. No, I think that was like a woman actor playing a man, like an androgynous man.
Okay.
I'm
okay.
sorry,
Okay.
I don't
No, that's good. Yep.
This list keeps going. Star Wars Episode 1.
That was 99? I thought that was 2001.
This keeps going. SLC Punk, which is kind of an underground movie that I really like. It's a great movie. I highly recommend it.
Okay.
Kubrick movie, Eyes Wide Shut.
Yes. That's Tom Cruise.
Big Daddy.
Adam Sandler?
The Blair Witch Project.
Whoa.
Cruel
We saw that in the
Intentions.
theater.
Mystery Men. Payback. The Thomas Crown Affair. There's so many. It just keeps going on and on. Notting Hill, a huge movie for that year.
Yeah.
Varsity Blues, another huge movie. Detroit Rock City was also 1999. Idle Hands. That was a lot of people were talking about that.
That
movie.
comedy was that with Tom Green?
Idle Hands. No, that was like a thriller.
Okay, continue. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Was that where his hand got cut off and it was going around killing people?
No.
What movie was
I
that?
don't remember that one.
Okay, continue. Yep. That's a good movie. You should go.
We had a
roll
James
with it.
Bond movie, arguably a terrible one, The World Is Not Enough, which is what. Well, no, that wasn't the last Pierce Brosnan James Bond movie.
No, I don't think so.
We got Bowfinger. I don't really remember that movie very well.
Bowfinger was with Eddie Murphy.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, where they shoot a porn or something like that, I think, with Steve Martin.
Oh my God.
And Heather Graham. Heather Graham was in that too. That's funny.
Right. I remember The Bone Collector. That was one.
Yeah, that was spooky.
Keanu
Reeves, I think. Keanu Reeves, Bone Collector.
Lake Placid, another one. Double Jeopardy. A friend of ours was in that film.
Oh, who? I love that movie.
She was an extra.
Cool.
It was a big deal when we were in school.
I still love that movie, actually. Double Jeopardy is a great film.
Like, dude, it keeps going on. Deep Blue Sea. Blue Streak. The first Pokemon movie was 1999.
This is bonkers.
Ed TV, Bicentennial Man.
Bicentennial Man is one of my favorite movies.
I'm literally I'm skipping through a bunch of them. I'm just going through the ones that I recognize.
Rob
Runaway
Williams,
Bride,
by the way.
8mm, that weird Nicolas Cage movie.
Nicolas Cage, we saw that in the theater. Yes.
Oh man, Spider Legs himself. Wild Wild West was 1999.
Do you know
Deuce Bigelow, Male Gigolo.
That's a classic.
1999.
You know, just to be clear, just to clear the waters here, Will Smith turned down Neo in The Matrix for Wild Wild West. He put all his poker chips on Wild Wild West instead of Matrix. Yep.
I think it was good for us, but what a dingus.
He's a dingus. And Val Kilmer was supposed to be Morpheus, though.
That would be a weird casting. I kind of like that.
That's what it was. Yeah.
But I mean, that's kind of all I got. But like 1999, you would have had to been like glued to the movie theater seat. Wow. There's so many like iconic, like I was saying earlier, like not necessarily like top movies of all time, but like decade defining films or genre. Like I don't know what you would call a decade that turns over to 2000, but you know what I mean? Like
yeah. Millennial
film defining years.
Now, granted, Everybody
Yeah.
was very afraid that the world was going to end in 2000.
Right. So they were like,
So
"Get
they
these movies out.
every script, every single movie, every actor, everybody do your thing. Let's make humanity happy for 1 year
Right.
before we're all gone.
Yeah. It's just absolutely insane. Yeah. Now I don't know if like now being 12.
Yep.
This is like my brain is still soft and is sucking in everything and this is my formative years, so I don't know if I look back on this like nostalgic, but
Yeah.
there's some heavy hitters in that movie. Like we're in an age now where like nobody wants to go to the movie theaters,
Yes.
and even like a decent movie like that Mad Max film, people are like, it's not like a 10 out of 10. I don't want to go. And people are like, oh man, there's only one Marvel movie this year. Oh man, what the hell? Meanwhile, 1999, goddamn, save some for the rest of the years. Jeez.
Right.
Like,
What was lacking during that time, I guess is the question. What did humanity need that we needed to sit in a theater for 3 hours? Well, let's be clear. Movies back then were an hour and a half, but
right.
as opposed to 3 hours now. But what was enough that got us off of our seats to sit in a crammed theater and pay $4,
Right.
$12 tops, right?
Yeah.
Now it feels like you're going to an airport because popcorn and food are crazy expensive.
Right.
What's going on behind you there? There's a light
Yeah.
flashing.
My light is failing, I guess.
Oh, okay.
For those listening, my Philips Hue light is blinking.
Okay. That's fun.
Is that gonna be
Not distracting at all. Exactly. Yeah, so things were I guess in comparison to now they were cheaper, but was $12 to see a movie expensive back then? Or was it just another night out?
I seem to remember it, like, I don't know if it was because my parents didn't value that enough, but I don't seem to remember seeing a lot of movies before I was old enough to go by myself.
Really?
I don't really remember. I remember they took us to Titanic. I remember they took us to Star Wars.
Yeah.
But I don't really remember anything else. But that could be just my poor memory.
It's a pastime in my family that we always watched movies,
Right.
like all the time, and we'd go to the drive-in often.
Right.
So when you go to the drive-in, you're seeing like 3 movies, and when I think of like those 3 like that entire list, it wouldn't be unusual to see Star Wars, The Matrix, and The Mummy all in one night while you're sitting in your car eating. Like that's bonkers.
That would be an insane night.
Right?
You'd just be like, you wouldn't be able to go to bed. You'd be riled up. Like,
Well, it'd just be another movie. You would walk out and go, Star Wars, garbage.
garbage.
Look at all that CG junk. Like you would get all judgy about it, and it isn't until 20 years later you're like, actually, it wasn't bad.
Well, you make a good point with the CG. So you asked why, like what was going on.
Yeah.
A lot of those movies were not like CG was still coming up. Right?
True Pixar or Disney.
Like they
weren't
did have Toy
necessarily
Story
jumping
2
in.
that year, which is insane.
Sure.
But like, most of these movies are real life, pretty grounded films, right?
Yeah, well said. And how
So
many starred
that's kinda-
Sandra Bullock? Yeah.
Freaking Bullock. So my theory
Bullock.
is that they were able to crank out a lot of these movies because, like, you could argue that humanity was like as best as they could be at making movies that way, and they were just getting nudged into like, we put 3D in every movie now because we replaced the sets and all that stuff. We do the invisible 3D. You know what I mean? Like maybe that's the case. I'm not saying that is or isn't, but like, was that like peak movie making skill set for the hit industry? And then 3D movies and CG or whatever you want to call it kind of upset the balance. And now movies and the costs balloon out of control because you need to have like effects houses doing all this crap and stuff like that now.
Yeah, because I think about those movies that you like, all the movies that you were saying, and those are all like high action films, which is good. But something like The Bone Collector, that's not going to be in theaters. That's not going to be in theaters. It's not.
Like this day and age?
This day and age,
Right,
no.
right. Like Big Daddy, like comedies like that.
Not
going
gonna
to
be in
dead.
it. Nope. That goes right to Netflix. It needs to be high action, and it needs to already predict high revenue in the billions. Let's be clear. Like high millions at least. Well, maybe not billions. Okay, I exaggerated, but still high millions need to be predicted for them to even green light any movie. And I feel like when you kept costs low throughout the 90s, then it would just be like they could green light just about anything if it was a good story.
Okay. All right. I dig
And
that.
I also think about the fact that like all those movies had generally top grade people in it.
Right.
Like whether it was Lawrence Fishburne or it was Keanu Reeves, who maybe wasn't that big of a deal, but he was maybe hot off the tails of like Bill and Ted franchisee. Who else am I thinking of? Robin Williams for Bicentennial.
Right.
Like actors wanted to act. Actors
Yeah.
wanted to act a lot.
Actors just wanted to act.
Like when I think about actors that act, I think about the Nicolas Cages.
Right.
I think
They
about
wanna
the
act.
Bruce Willis, that they do not say no to scripts generally.
Yeah,
They're
this would have
in
been peak.
everything.
This would have been peak like those guys like Nicolas Cage, and this was peak like I don't have any money and I'm rich and I
Yep.
need to say yes to all these roles.
Everybody's saying yes to many things. So I'm going down a rabbit hole. Did it mean that maybe the scheduling of the filming was smaller? It wasn't so epic that you needed to book off 2 years of your life to do a Lord of the Ring. You could film an entire movie in a month and a half and move on to another movie and film it over a month and a half.
Right.
The budgets were smaller. The sets were smaller. There wasn't a crazy amount of CG in everything.
Right.
So the budgets would have been way smaller. And if it failed, then it was no real risk, I guess.
I guess. Yeah.
Oh,
But I'm
man.
looking at the box office revenue for a lot of these movies. Oh man, I missed a few. Blast from the Past. Brendan Fraser. was
Brendan
in 2 movies in that
Fraser!
movie.
He did Mummy and Blast from the Past.
What a year. He had we had Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels. I missed that one. That's a great one. Guy Ritchie, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right, actually. Yeah.
But like I'm looking at like the box office revenue of these movies, and
Yes.
like a lot of these movies, modern films would like be happy to have gotten today. You know what I mean? Like, you know how like they always say like you said like Big Daddy, a comedy like that wouldn't do well in the theaters.
No.
Deuce Bigelow, Male Gigolo,
Yeah.
$92 million in the box office in 1999.
Now, not a big number now, but a huge number then.
Huge, yeah.
I'm looking. I just pulled up highest like 99 in film, and you're right. Episode 1 is almost a billion.
Yeah, that's pre-inflation.
That's
like
correct.
It hit $1 billion in 1999.
But here's
That's
the twist,
pretty insane.
and you didn't even mention it, but Austin Powers, The Spy Who Shagged Me, was that year as well.
Oh, I missed that one. Yeah,
Yeah, Austin Powers is there. American Beauty.
The
Tarzan.
list is nuts. Tarzan.
Was that Brendan Fraser too?
Is Tarzan 1999?
Oh, it was a cartoon. It was a
The cartoon.
Yeah, it's
That's the one where Phil Collins did the whole soundtrack. Isn't
No,
it?
I don't think that was Tarzan. Was it? No, I don't think it was Tarzan.
Don't question me. No, I'm telling you.
It was?
Yeah, I think so. Now I have to Google it.
No, I think that it was like Lion
No.
King.
No, not Phil Collins. No, Phil Collins.
Why are you
I'm
making
pretty
me-
sure after the
Music, here we go. Music. Oh, it was Phil Collins. You're right.
like basically like
Elton
Lion
John
King,
did the Lion King.
Like
yeah.
Lion King was so big
Yeah.
that Phil Collins was like, "Well, I want a Disney movie,"
And he went overboard with that
the,
song.
The
I'll be
soundtrack.
in your heart.
Yeah, Tarzan
Right?
is soundtrack is deadly album.
That is a great. Oh my God, yes.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah.
Yeah, there it is. You'll be in my heart. There it is.
You'll be in my heart. Well, we don't want to get copyright.
No copyright strikes. No
Copyrights.
Glenn Close. Wow. That's okay.
Right.
99 is bonkers.
Speaking of Lion King, I gotta tell you this. So I just put out another video on my YouTube channel yesterday,
Yes.
and I had a lot of fun injecting, like basically like I filmed the video and I was like, man, I'm so straight, like I'm not gay at all. No, I'm just kidding.
Sure.
I was basically reading telepromptering all my lines, and I wasn't really that animated at a lot of
Oh, sure.
a
Yeah.
lot of things. I guess I just, it's hard to read and then remember to be like, whoa, 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 whoa.
You got to
whoa.
practice. You got to practice
Right?
ahead of time. Yep.
So I was trying to like do everything I can to like inject funny moments into the videos to supplement my kind of dry dialogue.
Sure.
And there's one part where I was like, talking about a guitar pedal, and I'm like, I want to sing from the rooftops of how much I love this guitar pedal.
Yeah.
And I was mucking around in here, and I was trying to get the green screen out, and I wanted to film myself like being on a rooftop and green screening, and then I was holding it up trying to get the shot, and I was like, oh dude, I gotta recreate the Lion King holding up Simba.
Yeah.
And I couldn't really figure out how to get the right angle to like green screen myself on Pride Rock there, so I just photoshopped my head onto Rafiki and put the pedal in the hands.
Yes.
But it wasn't quite it wasn't
Skywalker
selling.
sound. Yeah.
It wasn't quite
Weta.
selling it. And what I did was I just took my phone on voice recorder, and I just went, like I have no idea what the
lyrics
tune is.
Yes. I'm sure you offended everybody. I'm sure that it's something culturalistic.
And I just put it full wet reverb. So like in the background you can hear and I was very proud of that. I was
wow.
It's perfect. Yeah.
So we're going to be able to see that on your YouTubes.
Yeah. I was really happy with that.
But you didn't get a copyright strike though.
I was worried. I was really worried about that.
That's
right.
true, yeah.
But I didn't really get the tones and the melody very right. I literally just like screamed into my phone. But
well, who knows? There's probably a song out there that somebody just screamed into their phone.
Right? Yeah.
And there you go.
Some AI picked it up and then made it a song and then copyrighted it, and then they're going to copy strike the video. Wow.
Well done. Good circle.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's great.
But yeah, so 1999.
Wow.
I know what I'm watching this weekend.
The Mummy.
The Mummy.
Yeah.
I mean, The Mummy is good.
Yeah.
We how like as a couple, you guys probably quote a lot of movies.
Sometimes.
Out of context, we always go,
yes.
Anaxunamon!
Yeah.
Like, when he yells her name. Anaxunamon! Yeah,
exactly.
I don't know.
Yeah. We always go, I made the joke before, tick, 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 tick. That's what we do. Or that's our thing. Whenever we quote that movie, we go, tick, tick, tick. That's because the funny thing is, Tanya is a librarian. Because she is. Yeah, that's exactly. So, like, she's the hero of, she's Tanya's superhero.
Oh, my God, that's so funny. Yeah.
I'm going to kiss you now.
Jeez.
Yep.
Great movie.
Man, 99 is bonkers.
Right,
Now I'm scared to look up 2000 or 98.
Well,
probably
Emily was
nothing.
saying,
Trash.
I was testing this concept of a topic with Emily today, and she said that 2001 is also one of those years where you're like, what the hell was going on in 2001?
Yeah, because everybody's like, oh, we're still alive. We should probably do stuff.
Right, yeah. Everybody, 2000 hit. They're like, all right, let's start making movies again.
Computers now can go past the year 2000. We're good.
Right.
All new computers have been released, and everybody who could do any type of JavaScript or any type of editing now have jobs.
You got jobs. You got them, guys. Oh, dude.
By the way, I just need to be clear about one thing. There's a good chance that nobody who's listening to this podcast knows what we're talking about with the year 2000 turnover, where we thought it was going to be the end of the world.
That was a while. I remember that. I remember that stuff when I was growing up, because I remember they taught us a little bit about what was going on in school about that. And it seemed like a weird thing to be scared of. But I remember in Best Buy, they had like little tags.
Correct. Yeah.
That said safe for Y2K or something like that on the tags. And I thought that was just, that's wild.
We genuinely thought that every computer was going to explode on that day.
Yeah. Like, it's aggressive. It's an aggressive thought to just, it's going to,
every computer, every bank, every stock market, everything was going to crash. Now, the funny thing is, it could have. I guess all the stock markets, everything could have absolutely crashed, but somebody had the forethought, I don't know, a year and a half before it happened, somebody had, during a board meetings, like, hey, none of our computers know how to do 4 digits in the year, so it's all going to think it's going to 1900 instead of 2000.
Right.
and this could be a problem. And then somebody's like, oh, I guess we better hire 1 billion programmers to change every single line of code of every piece of
Right.
software ever made.
And then every sales guy's like, how do we make money off this?
Correct.
Surely there's a way we can make money off this.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
A lot of people working from home, probably. Oh, no, nobody working from home, actually.
I guess, yeah.
Everybody in the office. We got code to edit.
Working from home was poo-pooed back then.
Yeah, big time.
Yeah.
But that was, I do remember that we had a party at my place, and all my friends, like we all had a party. I'm pretty sure it was that year. And we were all like waiting for it. And we were watching the TV, the Dick Van Dyke or whatever it is, the Richard Dick ball drop. And that happened. And then we're all like, oh, okay, well, that was fun.
Yeah.
Nobody died.
You were like,
see everybody.
You were like Lieutenant Dan and
Yeah.
Forrest Gump.
Well, okay, well, nothing occurred, so I guess we're good. But I guess we just suddenly, like, as humans, we thought that there was going to be, like, everybody look out the windows, there's going to be, every building is going to explode.
Right. Yeah.
We had this feeling like buildings were going to explode. Not just my computer may not work, it's that lives were going to be lost.
Right. And then the planes hit the two towers.
2 years later, exactly. 2001 was a whole other year. Holy jeez. Holy jeez.
Yeah.
What a craziness. Yeah, okay. That's the year 2000 for anybody who's younger than Danny.
Y2K.
Y2K, yeah. And then 2012, everybody thought that things were going to explode as well.
Oh, I forgot. Yeah, that's right. Everybody thought that the world was going to end in 2012. Yeah.
So they made that John Cusack movie 2012.
Right.
Again, about the end of the
somebody
world.
was like, "How do we make money off this?"
Yeah. Now, that was a vision that a lot of lives were going to be lost, and that movie was questionable at best. That's true.
Was that the one where it became like an ice age?
No, that was
Was that Ice Age? No.
nice, well played. No, that was the Gyllenhaal movie. That was The Day the Earth Stood Still.
Right.
Yeah. No, 2012 was near the end. They're flying an airplane off of like a runway, and the ground is like cutting away, and anyways.
Yeah.
It's dumb.
Yeah.
It's dumb.
That was not a good movie, if I recall.
No, we just discovered that after the year 2001, 2002, it goes into this like abyss of crap movies. Maybe.
Now, do you think it's because there are like, it's like the big conglomerates of the world have like monopolized the industry? Like, are there less like small businesses making movies these days?
Oh,
Probably,
man.
I assume, right?
That's a really good question. There used to be a
Everything's
whole bunch of
Disney.
That's a great point, because now there's probably 5 or 6 that, if I were to dig in my memory, I could think of that actually have movies that would hit a theater.
Right. Like everything would hit the theater.
Everything, even like I'm thinking about like Cannes Cannes Film Festivals. You know,
Right.
like something that was 45 minutes long or an hour long would still get its little time in a theater.
Little pickety poo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think it became an experience. Look, arrogantly, Tanya and I love going to movies when we lived in Vancouver at the VIP theaters.
Right. Yeah.
Because then we could have
wings.
chicken wings. We could have a beer. We could have our feet up. The seats recline. It's about the experience of seeing a movie now, as opposed to sitting in a chair that's like you're sitting on an airplane and you're just staring at a screen. The experience is so huge that I'll be brutally honest, I can't be close to other humans anymore. I'm kind of done.
Right. I mean, I can't get behind that, but I get
Ooh.
it. Yeah.
Bam says something in chat. It's because they focused on what they believe the audience wants, as opposed to just making movies.
Yeah, I agree with that. But also, I was just sort of thinking, like, I think theaters were bigger because you either were going to see the movie by going to the theaters and watching it once, going to the movie rental place and watching it once, or buying it, right? And if you rented a movie,
Yep.
you're probably watching it on a crappy tube TV in 1999, right?
Yes.
So, like, unless you do those two things, you'll never know if the movie's worth buying, right?
Oh
So I think the theater played another role, right? What, like, you know what I mean? There's no other way to see the movie.
Can I one up you for a sec?
Oh, please. Yes.
That once again, double downing on the experience. When you went to a movie, when somebody else saw a movie, they would tell you it's a great movie, and you're like, done, I'm gonna go see it.
Done.
Awesome. Or I remember going in groups of like 12. Like it was a night that we all, like as a group, we would all go. So you'd have like 30 of us all meeting up and going to see movies. Now it's date night. Now it's just my wife and I. Sure.
Right.
But when the movie came out on a media like DVD or on a Blu-ray or on a VHS, that was an event. Your local movie theater, like your local Blockbuster, or we had a Jumbo Video or a Rogers, they had, much like book releases or album releases, they had movie releases. They are now available for rent, and people lined up to get this movie so they could watch it at home.
There was a chance you couldn't get it.
Exactly right. Exactly.
You go to see all the boxes, but not the plastic thing behind.
And why that's important is that Tanya and I, we talk about it often, is that we had somebody at Rogers Video that had similar vibes to us who worked there. And when we'd go in, we were like, hey, what's new? What's going on? Oh, you got to check out this movie. Like the people working there were recommending movies for you to see. Right. They were so important to your viewing experience by giving recommendations. And when I would go and look on the wall of all the DVDs and I saw that nothing was available for this one movie every time I went in, my psychology said, that must be a good movie.
Totally. Yeah.
I have to see that because it seems like it's always not available. So I need to see that now. And then I would watch it and go, oh, no, that's bunk.
Yeah, that was poop. That was, yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Wow. That's crazy. No,
that doesn't exist anymore. So now we just watch movies and then we go to work and we're like, that was a shit movie, right? And everybody's like, yeah, that was garbage. Why did you watch it? And I'm like, I don't know. I didn't have anybody to tell me otherwise. I had nothing to watch last night.
Now, I want to test you on something here.
Go for it.
Back to the 2001 being a great year for movies.
Let's be clear.
I'm looking at the list here, and I'm seeing a trend, and I want to know if this leads credence to one of my theories that I point out. Okay, so 2001.
Yeah.
Biggest movies. Harry Potter, Sorcerer's Stone.
Yeah.
Lord of the Rings, Fellowship of the Rings.
Whoa.
Monsters, Inc., Shrek, Ocean's 11, Pearl Harbor.
I just watched Ocean's 11, by the way. Yes.
Spirited Away, not quite fitting my theory, but great movie. Wonderful.
Yes, it is.
Jurassic Park 3, Planet of the Apes. Remember that Mark Wahlberg one that was bad?
Yep.
Rush Hour 2, American Pie 2, Lara Croft Tomb Raider. Oh, the
original
one. Angelina Jolie, Lara Croft Tomb Raider. That was a good one.
It was a great one. With Sean Bean. Sean Bean was in that. I think.
The Fast and the Furious. The first Fast and the Furious was 2001.
Whoa.
But what I'm saying is that I'm kind of seeing that like Final Fantasy: The Spirits Within is a good one. Like there's a lot more really big movies in 2001, like really big productions, like huge. So you can almost see like the cost ballooning out of control, like Jurassic Park 3, huge amount of CGI.
Hold on. You're talking about when they were released. Let's talk about the production of it. We're talking about Lord of the Rings, or we're talking about Harold Potter. And Harold Potter would have absolutely started filming in 2000 or potentially even 99.
Oh, easily 99, yeah.
Right? So on the heels of all the movies that we were talking about, they got greenlit for massive budget films because of 99. 2001 happened.
Right. Space Odyssey. Yeah.
Good call.
That's a good way to put it. Yeah. Like there's some huge movies on here. Oh man, unsung hero of this list I see, Atlantis, The Lost Empire. Is that the one I'm thinking of, right? That's the one with Michael J. Fox as Milo.
What?
Atlantis, Lost.
As Milo.
Sorry, you're hearing me Google. Yeah.
Michael J. Fox as Milo.
Atlantis, The Lost Empire from 2001. Great animated film.
I don't know that. Oh, no.
It was it didn't do very well, if I recall.
2000 Lost Empire. Oh, wow.
Yeah, great movie.
I remember the cover of it, but I didn't know Mike was in that. Holy
He
cow.
was the main guy.
Jim Varney was in it too.
Oh, Jim Varney. But yeah, so 2001, maybe not as prolific as 1999, but there's some nuts movies on here, like
Wow, actually.
A Beautiful Mind. Oh my god.
Yes.
Yeah. So yeah, 1999 greenlit 2001. There we go.
I feel like it did.
A Knight's Tale. That first Final Fantasy movie that had nothing to do with the games.
Oh, was it? Yeah.
And everybody was like, "What is this?"
But look, some of these, when I look at like Planet of the Apes is a good example where was that the remake or was that the new
That's the
trilogy?
Mark Wahlberg remake. Yeah.
And they like the third one that just came out or the fourth one that just came out is actually in that timeline. Yes.
I think that's yeah.
Or did they
it's
restart
canon.
it?
I think it's canon to the original movies.
Is it? Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
AI is a good example. That was massive budget. Massive budget on AI.
I don't want to leave Planet of the Apes quite yet.
Oh, sorry. Go for it. Yeah.
Who keeps asking for those movies?
Okay.
Like, I don't have any nostalgia for the old ones because obviously they're old and quirky, goofy
Yes.
movies. But who keeps wanting these movies? Who wants?
It's a world in a world. It is a world that is built and can be extrapolated on. Right?
Okay, that's fair.
So there's this necessity that when you start something, you got to continue it. Can I take a little sidestep, but relevant to this conversation? That what's her face author just released a new oh God, what? Hold on. There we go. From Hunger Games.
The Hunger Games.
Yeah. So the author, I forget who the author is because
J.K. Rowling.
No, I know it's J.K. Holy jeez, not J.K. Somebody who's listening to us right now is yelling the person's name, and I forget who it is. But they
J.K.
No, it's not. Holy, who wrote?
J.K.
So, that author just introduced that they are doing a new book that inevitably they're going to turn into a new movie.
Oh, I see.
And the conversation between Tanya and I came up today, just asking like why. Right? They did the trilogy or the trilogy, like 4 movies. It was awesome. They did a new one where it was like back in time heavily, and apparently this book takes place in between that. Okay.
Right, okay.
But really, it's like, how do you keep like what I said today was that the film company is probably like knocking on the door, going, "Hey, we need more of that world because that made us a shit ton of money. So can you pump out some more books in that?" "Oh, but I'm so inspired to go down this road and do this type of thing." No. We need you to just double down on this world that you've built that's made us a lot of money.
Yeah, double down.
Why that's relevant is that Planet of the Apes is kind of the same deal.
Right.
That's a whole world that kind of exists that they can just keep putting a few dollars into and knowing that it just exists. I don't know.
Yeah, and there's probably like, do people buy toys of Planet of the Apes? I you know what I mean? Is this a kids movie where people are like,
Look at me.
They're just keeping the interest of the toy line? Is that?
There's
one
no
of those
toy line.
movies?
There's no toy line. No, there's no toy line.
I
They're probably trying to erase the original 70s films probably entirely from existence.
I guess the reason why I brought that up is because like I've seen a couple of like clips of like the actors promoting the new Planet of the Apes, and I'm there's been a few moments where I've had like that, you know, when you're like embarrassed for someone you don't know.
Ugh, yeah.
Like they're on like talk shows talking like apes and like walking around like apes, and I'm like, dude.
Okay. Well,
like, don't do that. Don't
look.
do that. Don't be the ape on TV.
Interviews.
You're a classy actor. You don't go on. Don't.
No. It's because
Apes together strong.
No, Woody Harrelson, calm down. It's about how interviews now need to be way more weirder and more connecting than the classic. Like, nothing frustrates me more, dude. Nothing frustrates me more than when a reporter or the person at like an NHL game puts a mic in front of a hockey player, and the hockey player is like, well, we just got to put pucks in the net. We got to give 110%. We got to pass the puck more. We got to be able to, listen to people. We got to be able to pass pucks, and that's all we got to do is we got to put pucks in the net, and we'll wait for the next period. Hopefully, we can give 115%.
We played great, but they played better.
They played great. We got up our game a tiny bit, but as long as we keep giving 115%, we're going to be able to get past them. Their defense is really, really good, but we're feeling pretty strong with our offense on our fourth line. So if we can pull out all the stops, I'm pretty sure we can get pucks in net. Thanks. Like that is the most frustrating thing to watch and so tropey.
Right.
But when you look at that and you look at an interview with Tom Cruise about some Mission Impossible thing, sometimes it's the same type of question. What inspired you to do these type of thing? Okay, well, he's answered this a billion times. So now in the year 2024, we're eating goddamn chicken wings with the person interviewing them. Right? We're doing the weirdest of interviews on the red carpet, asking the weirdest of questions, doing the weirdest of things, just to be different in your interviews and not getting tropey answers. And hopefully you're getting micro content that you can use because you got them off kilter, or you threw them off in a tiny bit. Right.
Yeah. I it's funny, very topical. I was watching an interview with, or it wasn't an interview, it was like a clip of an interview where someone was like, it was like the clickbait, like, director says The Acolyte is the gayest Star Wars ever, or something like that. I did
see that. Oh my God.
And like the actual clip is him being like the interviewee being like, hey, what was your response to people saying it's the gayest Star Wars ever? And she's literally like, nah, I don't really think it's the gayest Star Wars ever, but sure, why not? And then she starts being like, you're gay.
Out of context.
C-3PO's gay. Like, funny. And they're all like literally everybody in the interview is like laughing because it's obviously they're just having a gas and joking about it.
Right.
But then the title is like, she's the gayest Star Wars director ever. It's like, oh my God, just relax.
Yes. Yeah. Oh God, sorry, you're making my blood boil, because those type of situations where like somebody will say to Robert Downey Jr., hey, well, do you think you'd ever play Iron Man again? He's like, I probably would. And then everything is like, Robert Downey Jr. would play Iron Man again. He would, if he got a call from wherever, like everything. And he just said it off the cuff. Well, he was like ordering his coffee at Starbucks. And now that's the headline.
Yeah, like in that situation, why would you say, no, I'll never play that role ever again? Why would you say no? There was no reason for anyone to ever say no to that question.
Yeah. But dude, that question happens a lot, especially at like the Comic-Cons and stuff, where somebody played a character back in 1983. Like Christopher Lloyd played Doc. Then somebody's like, would you ever play Doc again if they made another movie about like Back to the Future? And he's like, sure.
Yeah, why not?
Amazing! Holy cow! Like,
oh my God!
Spoilers.
Yeah,
of course. But are they going to call him? No. Holy jeez.
I think a lot of people think that actors, like, what they do is not their job. You know what I mean?
Oh,
like if someone was like, "Hey, would you like to have this job?" I'd be like, "Yeah, maybe. Tell me the details."
Oh.
You know what I mean? But a lot of people are like, "Oh, the actor, he's an auteur. He's an artist. He doesn't want to just choose any role." But it's like, it's their job, man. Like, if the script is good and the money's good, they're gonna want to do it. Like, come on.
And that's usually how people respond. I'm glad you said that, because they're like, "Well, if the script is good, yeah, I'll do it. That sounds good." Right. Oh, well, looks like this guy's gonna be playing this character. No, I just said it. There's a lot of criteria. You're right.
Right. Yeah.
Ugh. Sorry, that gets me all worked up.
On the subject of bad and good scripts, I think
we give 115%. Sorry.
On the subject of bad and good scripts, I do find it really funny that one of my favorite quotes is from Jerry Seinfeld. Where they're like, "How come you don't do movies anymore after the B movie?" He's like, he says, "Well, if you go watch a bad movie, you're in it for 2 hours. If you go make a bad movie, you're in it for 2 years."
Holy cow.
And I always really like that joke, but I really find it funny that like his new movie that he decided to do is horrible. Like,
which movie was it? Was it the one where the cereals?
The Pop-Tart thing?
Yeah. That's what it was, yeah.
Like, it's like, dude.
But I think he's doing it ironically, wasn't he?
I have no idea. It's been critically panned.
Oh no.
And like, I'm just like, hey man, like you came out of retirement and did you read the script? Like,
Holy
did you write it?
I think he wrote it probably. Oh
yeah, it's just funny. I thought that was ironic. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's probably exactly it. That's what makes it, the fact that we're even discussing it is because it's ironic.
Right. It is ironic. But we should tie this bow up in a bow. Any other closing discussions you want to have?
Just one.
Yes, please.
And then we'll wrap it up here. But you see it at the top of my rundown there that I once again I saw a TikTok and it got me thinking. And
He sees 'em.
I see them. And I thought of you because you know this. But if anybody saw this, they're going to totally get it. But you know the Legend of Zelda?
Yeah, it's a legend. Yeah.
Yeah. What's the legend of Zelda? What's Zelda's legend?
It's the Triforce and Garbledygook.
But
well, first of all, Zelda is the princess,
true.
right? And that's it.
Okay.
That's all I got.
What is Zelda's legend? What is her legend?
Her legend is that she carries one of the Triforce's pieces. She's oh my god, I'm gonna butcher this. Link is courage, and she carries wisdom, I think.
Okay.
But it changes. The legend changes per game. The games are not like the creators of Zelda do this weird thing where they like create a new world based on the same world every single game. And they try to like use this like mental gymnastics to like explain that this is like canon, but it's like the same dude. Like it's Link every single game. He always looks the same. Same Zelda. She always kind of looks the same.
Yeah.
And they're always trying to do these like mental gymnastics of the story to like be like, yeah, this is canon. He's like a ethereal being that always reincarnates or something like that. But really it's the same legend over and over again.
But I don't know what the legend is. What is the legend?
Put the Triforce pieces together and create harmony amongst the world, I guess. Is that the word?
That's her legend?
They put the Triforce together.
You've given me nothing.
No, that's it. Have you not seen the beginning screen of Zelda when it goes clang and it crangs the Triforce together? That's the legend.
But that tells me nothing about the legend of her.
What do you mean? I'm not going to tell you the whole story.
Well, that's what I want to hear. I want to hear a synopsis.
That was it. She meets a cute guy.
Good,
cute guy's like, hey,
yeah,
I'm cool. I don't talk. I go, hi-ya.
Yep.
She's like, well, I talk a lot, but I think I have this piece inside of me that is part of 3 pieces that when you put together, you can take over the world or make the world a better place.
Good.
And bad guy Ganon is like, I want to make the world worse. I'm basically like a Hitler that looks like a donkey. No, not a donkey.
Like a rhino or something like that, yeah.
Like a rhino-y, warthog-y type character.
Yep. Warthog, yeah.
And then Link's like, ha, yeah. And then he breaks a bunch of pots, gets a bunch of money.
Mm-hmm.
Once you get money, you can do anything you want. So what does Link do when he gets money?
Yeah.
He hurts chickens until they go all red. And then they shoot after you all upset. Then
that sounds like Link's legend, the legend of Link.
Right. I mean, Zelda is barely a character in most of the games.
Well, that's what I'm getting at. Nobody seems to know what the legend of Zelda really is. What is her legend? But okay.
She's like the keeper of the Triforce, I guess.
Good. Okay, that's
Link's
better.
like,
Thank you.
Excuse me, princess.
So she's the guardian of the Triforce?
Like, have you ever seen the television show?
Yeah.
Link is a shithead in that movie.
He's really not that cool. Exactly.
Like it's her.
Well, golly. No, what does he say? Excuse me.
Like,
exactly.
It's her legend because he's just incompetent he's just muscle. He's just like, he's like, I get lucky. He's like,
he's in the friend zone. He's heavily friend zoned. Yeah, I hear that.
He's like, every once in a while, I get enough hearts and I can shoot lasers out my sword because that's how swords work.
They do.
And she's like, no, I'm the responsible one. I'm going to keep all the Chibi Triforces and stuff. So it's her legend in that show. Then it got a little misogynist. And she, she's like, I'm a weak princess. But now she thinks she's cool now.
Okay.
Yeah. Wow. Story time.
It is story time. That's what I wanted to know. So that was nobody on the on that TikTok could explain what the legend is.
Is that what the
It's still-
TikTok was? What's her legend?
What's her legend? Yeah.
You have to send me that one. I would like to watch that one.
And everybody, nobody really officially knows what her actual legend is.
Yeah.
And I'm still kind of confused at what her legend is, but that's fine.
Well, like I
Okay,
said,
well,
they kind of, like, let's be honest, the story is kind of weak, and they keep telling weird versions of the same story.
Sure.
Like,
I've only like played a minute and a half of every single game.
Right. Yeah. That's generally how you play games.
True.
1 minute and a half, and you're like, nah.
I don't need any more.
I typed my name, I chose my name, and I'm out of here.
Yep.
I'm out.
No character creation screen. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
okay. Well, that's it.
Speaking of video games, just I need to know. I need
Yeah.
you to know that there are 2 people in my life I've been egging to finish Red Dead Redemption 2, and AJ finally has gotten to the point where I'm like, finally, I can talk to you about this game, and you're not there yet.
Oh, I'm not even remotely there. I was thinking about starting Mass Effect, as a matter of fact. But should I?
I was getting the text message updates as he was getting to the parts where it gets juicy, and I was like, yeah, damn, you know now, you know.
Oh, am I booting it up again? Oh my god! I'm gonna download 150 gig file. Okay, we're done.
If you're just tuning into this, by the way, we forgot to do this again. The voice you're hearing is Danny Underwood.
Oh,
I didn't like saying my last name. Ew, I'm sorry.
No.
The voice you're hearing right now is me, Danny, and then the other voice. I don't know that guy. That guy's weird.
I'm a big nobody.
Yeah.
My voice. I'm PJ.
Yeah.
Hey everybody, I'm PJ.
Hey everybody. Yeah, I forgot podcasts. You need to be like, hey, I'm Danny, and you're PJ.
Well, let's do a little reminder. Let's just do it right now, and then you can drop it at the beginning.
Hey,
Here
what's
we go.
up, dude? My name's Danny.
Hey everybody, I'm PJ.
Yeah, we got to start the podcast that way.
We got to do that again. Okay, we're still figuring this out.
But
Oh, okay. Well, I got nothing else.
what's the Legend of Zelda?
No
Whatever will
idea.
make money, bitch. Jeez.
It's true. Am
Louise.
I doing the outro credits?
Yeah. Well, thank you everybody for tuning in tonight, and thank you for listening. If you're listening on the podcasties.
Yep.
The one thing you need to do now is you need to join our Discord. That's the call to action, which is
Thank
what
you.
the manual of podcasts say. You need to have a call to action for your to steer your unknowing fans into somewhere else.
Yes.
Discord's free, so just join that, and then you don't have to be bothered by us anymore. It's easy.
Come say hi.
Come say hi. It's kind of fun. We're counting. We count.
Get us while we're low hanging fruit. Okay.
Low hanging fruit.
Danny, this is fun, buddy. I'll talk to you later.
See you when we see you next time.
Let's do this. Let's not talk to each other until the next one,
Nice.
and let's just save it for the pod, shall we?
Save it for the pod.
Thank you for all of you who are watching. Go to our Discord.
If you want to join the streams, Discord is the best place to join our streams.
And you can check us out on Twitter. You can check us out on Instagram. You can check us out on Facebook. You can go to our website, Retrologists.com. Yes, it's where you can actually check out all of our live streams when it's happening right now. You can also check out previous streams and highlights. You can also check out reviews of games that we've actually previously played and enjoyed.
What do we do?
We're 2 buffoons pretending to know shit about nothing.
Nice. And we just so happen to do it live on Twitch.